It is a glum, wet day down on the bayou. Lately, it seems like the weekdays are beautiful, if a little cool, and the weekends are just soggy, and it's hard to get anything done. So, I'm out here bearing the weather, working on my gear for my upcoming hunting trip. And this will be the first video in a series of me getting my gear together and going over it. And if you're one of my Five Faithful, you've probably seen me do this a few times. And you know that I'm a list maker. And this is this year's list of my gear. And what I do is I take the list from last year, and after I get home from the last hunt, I've already done an after action. And I've corrected things and made notes. So I take the list from last year, make those corrections, and then I start making the list for the next hunt. And what I'm going to talk about today is my chest rig and what's going to go in it, and my backpack and what's going to go in it, my hunting pack. And you also, if you follow my videos, you may know that I tend to change my backpacks every year. Not because I'm unhappy with the ones I've used, but just because I want to try a new one. And so this year I'm trying a very different one, and we'll get to that. But first, let's talk about the chest rig. This year I'm sticking with the inexpensive Condor chest rig, but this year I'm scaling down. I've used the T that goes right up here in the past, and you can go look at my videos from last year if you want to see that T. But I just didn't need that much real estate, I found. So I'm scaling back down to where I originally was, just using the one flat chest plate or chest area, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to go over how I'm setting it up this year. I'm setting it up a little differently, and what I'm putting in there. Now, one thing that I keep coming back to is this 3-pocket rig right here. I can't remember the name of the company, but I'll put it up here. And this is actually a rig that I bought back when I had my Mosin Nagant for holding SKS or Mosin Nagant ammo clips, and it's great for that. These covers right here come off, so you see I don't have covers on 2 of them, but I have them on 1 of them, and they're very large pockets. They have the elastic, and they're just great for a lot of things. And I've used this for a few years, and I'm just very happy with it, so you see it back. And then on the side of it, I've got a couple of pouches just for holding different things. This pouch here is just a canteen or utility pouch, and it's a little different one than I normally carry. This one, I'll have to look and see who made it, but this has a very interesting lid to the 2 side pockets. Other than that, it's pretty much the same, but it's got an interesting lid to the 2 side pockets. And then over here, I've got this just kind of generic pouch. It's very lightweight. It is not really a tactical pouch. It's I would say it falls under the heading of the kind of stuff you see on a pilot. Just very light nylon, kind of an Alice Pack reminiscent type nylon. And I'm using this year because I want light. And the nice thing about this one is if you don't have anything in it, it just kind of goes flat and it stays out of the way. And then next to it, I have, and I've used this before, a very large pouch that'll hold, this light. It'll hold the biggest Leatherman you can think of. It'll hold all kind of things, and I really like it a lot. It just started raining heavier, and of course with this tin roof, I hope that this video is going to be worth even putting up. I hope you can still hear me. So you'll notice that I have dummy cords on a couple of these pockets. I've used them in the past, and I just really believe in dummy cords. Other than that, it's pretty much the same pouch, the same rig, or the same setup that I normally carry. And part of that is because I'm going to be carrying, to a large degree, the same type of stuff. So I change out what goes in this chest rig depending on the hunt. I hunt in the daytime, I hunt in the nighttime. If I'm going out in the afternoon and I'm going to hunt into evening, I will carry totally different stuff that if I'm going out at 3 in the morning and going to hunt through dawn and into the morning. Sometimes we'll go out on night hunts where we go out at night and we come back at night. And so it'll be a totally different thing. May go out and do some stalking in the daytime, may go sit in a stand in the daytime, and in that case it'll be another totally different rig. And then of course I've always got my backpack to, no pun intended, back me up. So let's look at some of the things that might go in here. Now the reason why this one pouch has the flap on it is because this pouch will be dedicated to an ammo magazine. Now that doesn't mean that's all that'll go in there, but that has that on there so that I can carry an extra ammo mag. Whether I'm carrying my 308 or I'm carrying my 5.56, I'll be able to throw another magazine in there and have it right at the ready. Do I always do that? Not necessarily. When you're hunting, 20 rounds is usually enough. And if you need to resupply, you can always go to your pack. But I want to have that ability and that option to be able to get to it. Then in these other, well, let's back up. The other thing that might go in this pouch is the compass. I only take the compass in the daytime. And I actually only take it if I know I'm going to go out and be doing some stalking, some walking. If I know I'm going to be sitting in the stand, I probably don't even take the compass, or I throw it in my pack. But that compass could go in there if need be. And these other pouches, and I'm going to open this little case here. This little case is just how I'm going to carry some of my electronics as I travel. It doesn't really play into the actual hunting setup. This is just how I'm going to carry some of my electronics. So something that I have whenever I'm hunting in the daytime, whether I'm transitioning from night to day or day to night, is I'll carry my rangefinder. Rangefinder really comes in handy, especially if you're sitting in a stand and you get there and you can range the places. And these stands change. The guys may have moved the stand, so even though last year I may have written down in my book the distances to this landmark or that landmark, it very easily could have changed. So I always range afresh, if you will. So that's one of the things that can go in there. And one item that I just about always carry is my Garmin. Whether I'm hunting in daytime or nighttime, I take my Garmin with me. I have it on so that it's following, it's leaving a breadcrumb trail, so that if something happens, I need to get home, for whatever reason, the creeks rise, and I had this happen once where the creek rose and I was not able to go back the way I came. At least I know where I am. Whether I'm telling somebody on my phone, hey, this is where I am, try to find a new way to come in here and get me, or I'm just going to try to exfiltrate myself, I always carry my Garmin, and it fits really perfectly in one of these pouches. And as I said, both of these items are going on a dummy cord. I don't play around with that. I definitely dummy cord them. Another item that I might be carrying is this little Dumaflagi. It's a cheap knockoff of an IR laser, IR light, and it works okay. I got it really cheap and thought I'd get it. I don't really use it on a rifle. Where I really use it is on this Bushnell night vision camera. I found that it's got a little bit of Picatinny on this thing, and I found that when I make them up, I mean, the Bushnell comes with a little IR light, but I found that when I throw this thing on there, I can really see well with that night vision camera, and it's really just plussed up what that thing can do for me. So I may be carrying this, and if so, it may go in here or it may go in my pack. I don't really know yet. That's a new item, and I'm still going to have to fill out what I do there. Now, speaking of the Bushnell, it fits really good in this little pouch that crushes down. It fits really good. Now, it doesn't fit that well with this on it. If I have this on it, I'd have to put it in this pouch right here. But there's nothing wrong with that, because if I'm out at night, I may not be taking my binos, or even if I had my binos, let's say I went out in the afternoon, I transitioned to nighttime, the binos may go into pack, the Bushnell may come out of the pack and go in here. So I've got a lot of options. The Bushnell will go in here by itself. The Bushnell with the IR light will go in here. So I've got a lot of options on what I'm going to carry when I go out. I do have a dedicated pouch for this light. If you're one of my Five Faithful, you may remember this light. This is supposed to be one of those blood lights, and I don't have batteries in it right now, but it's supposed to be able to see a blood trail better than just with a white light. It's got blue, red, it's got these different lights. I did a review on it if you want to go back and look. Yeah, it does a little better. I won't say it does great, but it's still a good light. And I kind of like the fact that it has the ability to turn into one of those L-shape, L-angle lights. So it is the handheld light that I'll be carrying with me. I always carry a headlight, so those are the two lights that I'll be carrying with me. And that one is just easier to dedicate it over here. You kind of don't know it's there. Now, if for some reason I decide I need to have my Leatherman in here instead of up here, I may trade that out and throw my my Leatherman Mutt in there, and I would just pull it out and stick it in there rather than change out the although I could change out the pouches very easily. And then over here in these little side pockets, I can carry lighter, I can carry a mosquito head net, I can carry some of the wind powder. You know, you squirt it up in the air to see which way the wind's going. There's all kinds of things I can carry in there. I can put extra batteries in there, although usually the batteries are going to go in my pack. So that's the kind of stuff that I want to be able to carry with me on my chest rig. And those are the ways that I figured this time that I'm going to try to be able to carry any combination of the things that I've just listed, plus anything else that might come up. Now you may have noticed that I unlike other years, I don't have a tourniquet on there. I don't have any kind of first aid. The first aid is all inside the pack. And the reason I've done that is I have discovered that I have never gone anywhere with my chest rig that I didn't also have my pack. So I've become less worried about having a tourniquet or a first aid kit right on my body. Well, the front of my body. The pack is either on my body or sitting at my feet if I'm in a stand. I've played with maybe sticking a tourniquet right here on this real estate. Don't know if I will or not. I could easily do that. And yes, when I'm hunting, I carry, and I'll show you that here in a minute, I carry a very comprehensive trauma kit, including a tourniquet, because you never know what could happen. I'm usually hunting alone, but sometimes I'm hunting with others. And even if I am hunting alone, there are others nearby that are a phone call and maybe a four-wheeler away, and I might be able to help them out, even if it's not me that needs the help. So, and there's Birdie. So I always have that stuff with me. If you hunt, I really recommend that you keep that kind of gear with you, at least in your pack. Now let's look at what I've chosen as my hunting pack this year. And I'm really kind of coloring outside the lines with this. I'm taking an Aquamera hydration pack with me. And if you do follow me, you know I don't care for hydration packs. I think they're a great way to carry water. I just don't want to drink from them. And there's a long story there. But so me taking this hydration pack is kind of different. It's very slim. It's probably one of the smallest packs I've ever taken for hunting, but I think it's going to be an interesting choice. So it has this zippered area that goes all the way up, and that's for the tube. The hydration tube would come here. Well, I'm not taking a hydration pack, and there won't be a hydration tube. So what I've thrown in here are a couple items that I like to have with me. Now, this is a light, and at nighttime, that whole ribbon would be lit up, and it shines like a diamond in a goat's ass. And what I use this for is if you kill a hog in the dark, and they usually run as far as they can, and they're back in the thicket and in the woods. Once you find it, you need to mark the body so that you can go back and get the four-wheeler and work your way in there as close as you can, because dragging a 180-pound hog out of the thicket is just no bueno. So I have a couple of ways of marking the location. I have this little slap, what do you call these, slap sticks? This is great for slapping around a tree limb at maybe head height, and when you shine a light on it, it shines. And then of course there's the regular old chem light, and then there's this little bad boy. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea where I got it. I think it came in a pack, and I've just always had it, so it's a fun thing to carry. But so I'm going to stick that up in there. I won't even know I have it. And then the other thing I'm going to stick in there, and I use this quite a bit. This actually also shines if you shine a light on it. But this is a rope for pulling, or cord for pulling my pack up into the stand if I need to. I don't do it often, but sometimes I'll climb up and then pull my pack up. Also, I find myself using this a lot to keep my stuff off the ground. Very often, the ground where we're hunting is just thick, wet grass and mud. The hogs have been wallowing, and you just don't want to lay your gear down in that stuff because they've been doing more than just wallowing. So I'll keep this, and there's all kind of ways I can rig this to keep my stuff up off the deck. And that's a good place for it to get stowed, right up in there. So let's turn this pack around and see how I've got it rigged up. So I've added 2 really cheap Amazon water bottle holders, and they came with a little throat that you could tighten up, but I've cut that off. These things, I think I got 4 of these for $9, and they're just light as could be. They crush up if you're not using them, and that's the kind of thing I like. And in addition, I got a couple Grimlocks just in case I need them. And then I've got this pouch that I've put on because the thing comes with plenty of MOLLE real estate. Now this is a great pouch. I think this is actually a plate carrier pouch, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a great pouch for putting stuff in. But if you don't have anything to go in it, it's totally flat, and that's a real plus to me. So this thing opens up. It's very roomy for a hydration pouch. I mean, if you can see down there, it's very roomy. It's got 2 little pockets on the side, and then it's got this whole admin pocket stratagem situation going on here, and there's all kind of little things I can stick in there. So I think this is going to be a good hunting pack, and the, you know, I'll carry water bottles. They'll fit in there, and matter of fact, I can get a Nalgene in there if I want to. And a real plus, I can even get a thermos in there. In the past, I have carried a small hunting stove, a small butane stove, and I've carried my hot wet mix, and I've only used it one time. And tell you the truth, I had to get out, and I had to get it all out and everything like that. I don't think I'm going to do that this time. I think this time I'm just going to take my hot wets with me already made. When I go out early in the morning, say about 3 in the morning, you know, when I get up, first thing we do is make a pot of coffee, and we usually just drink a quick cup of coffee and we go. So rather than waste that coffee, I'm just going to carry it with me and have it in this thermos. This is just a cheap thermos I've had forever. It fits in there really well. So I'm going to give that a try. Something I haven't done in the past, but I'm going to give it a try. Now, some of the things that I carry in this pack, and of course I can carry all kind of different things, but some of the things that almost always stay in the pack are a good pair of gloves, my Leatherman Mutt, which if you're not familiar with the Mutt, it's a great for working on the AR platform. It's a Leatherman that is built for working on the AR platform. A small boo-boo kit that will just enable me to handle any kind of small problems I might have. And then I have some things I just always want to carry. I always carry some TP, which I got regular TP, and then I got these little expandable towels here. You know, some chapstick just in case. I've got a large contractor's bag just in case I have to have that for keeping something dry. We've talked about our signaling devices for marking a kill. And then I always carry this. This is one of those hunting kits. It's got some gloves. It's got a a bag, little apron, things like that for hunting. Now, in addition, oh, and I've got my glass case. I'm always wearing safety glasses out there, whether it be yellow, the clear, or wearing the dark ones in the hot and the sunny day. I've always got safety glasses on. It's just something I do. So, of course, there's going to be a lot of other things that go in here. Some snacks will go in there. I may throw my phone in there sometime, depending on what I'm doing. A real first aid kit is going in there, and by first aid, I mean a trauma kit is going to be in there. So there's all kind of things that can go in. A lot of room to put things in there. So this is just the stuff that stays in there all the time, and I never take it out. And I think I've got a lighter in here somewhere. If not, I'm going to throw one in there. I always carry a lighter with me. But so that's the pack I'm taking this time, and I'm really curious to see how it works out. I'm excited about it. It's an interesting little pack, and I just find myself as the years go by and I learn more, I learn that I need less, and I just learned there's ways to tweak it so that the stuff benefits me more and more as I learn how to hunt more efficiently, if you will. All right, so I'm going to continue to march, getting my gear together. There'll be a couple more videos showing what all I'm taking, and I'll take you along if you're interested. Hey, thanks for watching.